guy here was wanted for the worst crime ever. It's just not a good place to run. Don't do it. Alright guys, thank you for watching the Black Filipino TV. Now today, we're gonna get into another video. This one here is a little bit disturbing to me, but this video is gonna be titled, "This expat wanted for a disgusting crime gets caught in the Philippines." And guys, also, before we get into it, I recently went to Puerto Galera. Now the great thing about what's happening in the Philippines now is, especially places like Puerto Galera, when I was there, you really didn't have to wear a face mask in public. It was optional. The reason why it was like that, because it's alert level 1. And it felt, me being there, I felt so free, just going around, no face mask, and pretty much when I'm all around, except for maybe Manila. But when I'm out here, level alert 1, 2, so I'm pretty much walking around with no face mask. I'm not in nobody's face, so it's not a problem. But also I went out there, I had a great time at the hotel. It was a hotel with a pool. I actually stayed in the best place that you can be, right by the beach. So guys, take a look at it. Banyan Hotel, first time staying here. This actually is the best looking hotel here. We look on the outside the way it is. The inside, even the way the restaurant is set up. Biggest too. Let's see what it's about. Enough talking. I turned the lights off. So now, in here, first thing I see, I'm going to show. Now, this bathroom, not bad. Hot water heater, of course. Standard. But they have the blow dryer for the ladies. Yes. So if the K finish washing her hair, that hair, see, when you got the towels like this, and the standard, got the mangyan on it, great looking. Nice size bed. I'm about to get the AC on right now. We're gonna sleep soon, so if we get them saving money, we're gonna turn this thing on. But one free bottle of water you get. With both of us. What's in here? Let me see what's in here. All the hangers, standard. Now, TV decent size. Let's see now. This right here is gonna be the best because open this here. When you come out here, you got a pool view. Nothing like this. Best view in the house. Had to get away for the July 4th weekend, you know. So that's why coming to the beach. If I had a surfing board, I'd be hitting those waves, because the waves right now are crazy. Especially if you're by Surigao, places like that. But we over here, so Kay's birthday weekend. If you guys haven't seen, I got Kay a small surprise for birthday. Pretty soon I want to do something much bigger and better. But we're gonna see. Stay tuned for that, guys. This is like a Surgeon General warning, but not that. I'm trying to look for the word. This is just a warning, I should say. For all of you guys that are out there that are looking to come to the Philippines that committed crimes. If you don't have your own island to run to, and of course you're not gonna be able to just buy your own island, but if you don't have the money to speak with a Filipino or find some kind of connection of someone that can buy an island and put it under their name, and you can go hide there after you commit your crime, don't come to the Philippines after you've committed a major crime. Okay, the Philippines is embedded, I mean the United States is embedded in the Philippines, meaning it's all in the culture. You guys really know everything out in the US is here in the Philippines, and it's the same thing with the police. They work hand in hand with them. So it's just not a good place to run. Don't do it. Guys, the reason why this video is named that is because this guy here was wanted for the worst crime ever, okay? You guys already know what that is. He's a baby toucher, okay? He's a pedophile. And I don't know what it is with guys just thinking, you know, they could just run here to the Philippines, but it happens. But anyway, let's get right into this. Alright, now what happened was Jimmy Rente sent the Fugitive Search Unit, the FSU, for him. And they caught him in Zamboanga del Norte. Now he was wanted for aggravated sexual assault of a child. Guys, that's like the most ruthless sexual assault. I'll tell you what it means. Aggravated sexual assault is defined as when a person recklessly causes or threatens harm to another person through a sexual attack without consent. But of course, what consent are you getting from an underage child? There isn't going to be any consent. But that's what it means. And so you know the Philippines got this info and they went crazy for looking for him. They're sending him back to the U.S. immediately for his crimes. I guess they have no proof that he did anything here, but I wish he could have served time here. Philippine jails are very crowded and they're very uncomfortable. A guy, even a pedophile, going back to the US, of course those guys are going to make his life a living hell. He's pretty much not going to have a moment of fresh air at all. Even though it's no fresh air in jail, guys aren't gonna let up on him. But still, out here in the Philippines, he'll go through that harsh punishment, especially if he's a guy that doesn't understand Tagalog or even wherever he's gonna be, whatever prison is going to be, whether it's Visayan, whatever it is. If he's a guy that doesn't understand the language, he's gonna get treated bad for that. He's gonna get treated bad for also the crime he committed. Filipinos are not playing it just like people in the US. The reason why I kind of think guys should serve a little time here and there. But if he wasn't caught for anything here, I guess it makes sense just send him back home. They already wanted for overstaying here, so he was considered undesirable anyway without any pending charges in the Philippines. That means anyway they're looking to get him out of here and they're looking to deport you, especially if you're overstaying for 2 or 3 months. You know, you say if they don't want you here, they'll make you pay your fees and then you still have to go out anyway. But the Philippines, they definitely have to get these guys out here immediately. I know some of you guys remember Peter Scully that made Daisy's Destruction. He was from Australia and they sent him back right away. And he didn't really serve much time here in the Philippines jail. That's why they have to get him out of here right away. Because a guy like that out here in the Philippines, they just don't want it. If anybody's, I don't suggest anyone go watch that video. It's probably not out anymore. But Daisy's Destruction was, I can't even mention it. It was just think of the name of how it sounds. A man that can do that to a child. That's why as soon as they heard of him, the FSU said, you know, we got to get this guy immediately and get him out of here. The Philippines feels like that is they know already. They already know that these guys that come here that are sickos take advantage of Filipinos in need. Let me explain. That was the same thing, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't research it right now before this video, but that was the same thing that happened with Peter Scully and Daisy's Destruction. I think people from the neighborhood will leave their kids with him and his girlfriend. You know, I heard it was something like that, but correct me if I'm wrong. But that's Filipinos that may be in need. And they say, oh, you know, let me leave my kid over there. Oh, it's no problem. And they're getting thousands of pesos from Peter. Or they're going to say, okay, no problem. Yeah, you can watch my kid for a little bit. My kid can play over there. Especially if the parent doesn't know. The parent doesn't know that the guy's a pedophile. So yeah, that's why they got to get him out of here right away. But anyway, guys, this story here is crazy. This is another story. This is a story of a guy who was a Department of National Defense person, meaning he had a top job. Okay, and he was 63 years old. Now what happened was him and 3 other guys are wanted for watching the children in the Philippines. They watch these videos through Skype. And now it shows here one of the 3 men wanted in connection with a notorious child abuse case in the Philippines. He's living in Winnipeg. This guy here was alleged to have wired thousands of dollars to dark web operators in the Philippines responsible for the creation of heinous child sexual abuse videos, including the series Daisy's Destruction. So this guy's wanted in connection with that. So police have been in possession of his electronic device since 2019 and appearing before the Manitoba court, Queen Bench Tuesday, to ask for an extension of time to keep them. So this guy got caught up in Peter Scully's web of craziness. This guy was the guy behind the computer watching those videos. So it shows here that they seized the devices in August 2019 in search of his Garden City home, and that he shares with his 28-year-old wife because they are encrypted and password protected. We all agree that this is an extremely disturbing investigation, and he's a very dangerous offender who is likely continuing to exploit children. And that's what they wrote in the Winnipeg request for a search warrant. So according to their arrest warrants issued in the Philippines in October 2016, appended to the court document, he's wanted for the following offenses: disposition of prohibited articles, photo and video voyeurism, acts of neglect, abuse, cruelty, or exploitation in conditions prejudicial to a child's development. Investigation focused on an Australian named Peter Scully, who was arrested in 2015 after a global manhunt and has since become one of the world's most notorious pedophiles. And it says here that he created the Daisy's Destruction video series, which featured the rape, torture, and murder of an 11-year-old girl, as well as sexual abuse of other children, including an 18-month child. Now, Scully was convicted of human trafficking and rape in 2018 in a Philippines court after he was found to be the mastermind behind a dark web forum called No Limits Fun, where the Daisy videos were posted. This is sick. And it's not done with Peter Scully, and this is sad. You know, I'm talking about it because this is what happens, but it doesn't stop with Peter Scully, because not only did this happen with Peter Scully and with this guy getting caught, and then another guy, the guy I talked about first wasn't even associated with this, but another guy was caught in the Philippines. They're working hard to get these guys up out of here. So it's one of those situations, guys, if you see something, say something. In this case, be a snitch, because this is crazy, and it's still happening here in the Philippines. You know, just pray for the Philippines children, pray for the poor families that have to be subject to this. And other than that, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you like my content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you like my content, you're welcome to support my content by giving a small donation at PayPal. You can go to my Buy Me a Coffee at buymeacoffee.com/JTBF. And there you can buy me a coffee, or you can book a consultation with me. I have consultations for a very small fee. Also, I have consultations for working at home. So if you're a guy that's a little younger, not quite retired yet, and you want to work from home while in the Philippines, you can go to my Buy Me a Coffee at buymeacoffee.com/JTBF. And also I have packages for working at home, so you'll see them there. You can book it there. You can get a shirt that represents your journey to the Philippines at foxtonomy.creator-spring.com. Once again, that's foxtonomy.creator-spring.com, and get a shirt that represents your journey to the Philippines today. There's a new feature to YouTube. It stinks. Now at the bottom of this video, you'll see thanks there. You can give thanks and make sure your comment is highlighted, and you can give a small donation that way as well. Guys, in the description, you'll see other videos of my other content that's great as well. So you can be sure to watch my other content there. Thank you for watching. See you next video.